Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and as always, if you're new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. Thanks for popping in. For the dude on the couch, back, Thursday vid. Always a Thursday vid. And yeah, I've been covering some Xbox 2 weeks in a row, and I thought I'd take a break. I don't want to be just an Xbox channel, but Xbox is pretty popular on my channel. I guess I'm lucky for that. But I gotta do different stuff, man. And haven't covered a Sega CD before, so gonna launch into some titles here. Pick 10 as normal. You guys that watch this channel know I don't do rankings or top 10 or none of that crap. I picked some games, man, that I liked or that I probably got when it first came out or whatever. And they're not all gonna be winners, man. They're not all gonna be good games. I think they're good games, but who am I, right? I'm just like you. Like, I'm just looking for something to play, man. So I'm gonna show 10 games that I liked. I will talk about some flaws in a couple of them because not every game's gonna be perfect, and not every game that I show is gonna probably be for you. So my goal, though, whenever I make these videos, is that you all maybe find like one game out of the video and be like, "Damn, dude, I never played that game before, and now I want to play it." But or maybe you'll find a stinker in here and be like, "This dude is an idiot." And like, some days I am, man. Some days I am. But like I said, we got 10 games. Show you the games that I got into when I first got the Sega CD. I was a Sega fanboy for a while. And then, of course, they crapped the bed, and then I had to move on. But that's another story. But these are some games that I got into both early and later in the system. And like I said, these are my picks. Let me know in the comment. As always, you guys know, for love of God, dude, I love talking to everyone in the comments. It's like my favorite part of this channel. And tell me some of your favorites. Tell me some favorites, because I know this isn't a powerhouse system, man. And I know a lot of people probably hate on it still. But for me, I think I like it the most because it was the Genesis Model 2 and the Sega CD Model 2. That was like the first big like console system that I purchased on my own when I was like 16, and that's what really got me in the consoles, was this whole setup. So, but yeah, man, as always, I appreciate you all watching, and let's get going. All right, let's kick this off with Hook. In 1993, thanks to Sony ImageSoft, the Sega CD, Genesis, and Game Gear would finally get a port of this game after its initial release amongst other platforms in 1991. So we got this 2 years later. The Sega CD version mimics the Genesis and SNES version, and the film's musical score was adapted for use in the Sega CD version, which also includes digitized graphical sequences from the film and voice acting as well. Plus, the Sega CD version also includes a computer-generated scan of Captain Hook's ship, which is featured during the game's introduction. Each version features various locations that includes caves, forests, lagoons, and snowy mountains. Throughout the game, you must defend against Hook's pirates, henchmen, as well as spiders, snakes, and skeletons. Peter Pan's primary weapon is a dagger. After completing the first level, which you of course will be beating Rufio. Rufy? Oh. The player receives a golden sword as a weapon capable of shooting balls of energy. Oh, calm down at home. Calm down. You take a hit, however, and Peter Pan drops the sword quicker than third period French and must use a dagger, while the golden sword can be sometimes retrieved in the following level. Yeah, this is one of the ones I had to get. There's something about seeing that Sony ImageSoft come on the screen. I just always knew I was going to get a good game. The soundtrack on this, of course, is amazing, with the John Williams score that hopefully won't get flagged by YouTube, because I'm going to leave it in. And if it does get flagged, I just won't make money, which I don't make money anyways, really. So who cares? Who cares? But yeah, this is a great platformer. One of the better games on the Sega CD, in my opinion. This is one I had to get. Hopefully this is up a few of your alleys as well out there in viewer land. Some of the hit detection can be a little frustrating at times, but here we are now going into everyone's favorite and only Earthworm that I know of in a video game. This is Earthworm Jim Special Edition. Jim is a normal earthworm until a special super suit falls from the sky and allows him to operate much like a human, with his worm body his worm body acting as a head and a suit acting as a body. Jim now must evade the game's many antagonists who want the suit back. The game plays out with Jim succeeding in his quest to meet Princess What's-Her-Name. However, she is crushed by a cow that you just saw me launch into space at the beginning of the game. So what's different from this version and the Genesis? Well, although based off the Genesis version, it contains all of its levels, plus some extended sections to the levels, such as New Junk City Part 2. And there's also a completely new level added to a special edition titled Big Rudy. There's also a new remix CD audio soundtrack, as well as all around 1,000 more frames of in-game animation. Now we have the Adventures of Batman and Robin. Left the beginning scene in. This is one of the many FMV scenes you'll see throughout the game. This is a 1995 release published by Sega, based on the surprise DC comic characters Batman and Robin, and specifically the hit animated show Batman the Animated Series, which actually had been renamed The Adventures of Batman and Robin at the time of the game's production. The game's story focuses on Batman as he drives in a Batmobile to rescue his allies, Jim Gordon and Robin, from the joined villain alliance of Poison Ivy, Riddler, Joker, Harley Quinn, and Clayface. Between levels, the story advances through animated scenes that were created specifically for the game, and the 16 minutes of the used animation segments in the game for this were actually considered the lost episode of the series. The show's original voice actors are also in this game, and a little trivia for you at-home players, this was the first video game that was ever done by the late, great Kevin Conroy. Driving is extremely frustrating in here. Yeah, you basically are just ramming everybody until they tell you not to. And then you hurt too many citizens, and then they apprehend you at the end here. Which, of course, you'll see happen to me, because I suck at this game. There are also flying elements in this game, too, once you've advanced beyond the driving portions, but good luck. Look at it. I'm a menace. But yeah, I don't know, man. I love this game. I keep going. I just keep trying. I just keep trying over and over again to see if I can get further. I think level 6 is as far as I've gotten on this. So, but that's progress for me, because this is one that I pick up from time to time. See how much further I can get. And plus, I was a huge fan of the cartoon. Alright, that's moving us into Lords of Thunder. This Turbo Duo gem was ported to the Sega CD in 1995. It's a fantasy-themed shoot-'em-up game in which you control the Knight Landis. Oh, Knight Landis is donning the armor of his ancestor Drac on a confrontation against Zagart of Garuda Empire. Oh, that old Zagart. Resurrected the evil good Durik and his 6 dark generals across the lands of Mistral. Choose from over 4 available difficulty settings. Select 1 of 4 armors. And they're, of course, based on elements. I went with fire here. And then, of course, you clear 6 stages in this game. Yeah, I think this is an awesome port for the Sega CD. I mean, I'm going to probably choose the Turbo one over the Sega CD, but the music in this thing just absolutely rocks. And it's just a fun shmup. Very difficult. But most of these are. Most shoot-'em-ups, man, the shmup games are brutally, brutally hard. Unless you have those ones where you have like the infinite continues. Do it, Lord of Thunder! For the last time, call me Frank. I'm not going to show this whole boss battle. We'll just go on to the next game. And it's Mickey! Mickey Mania, The Timeless Adventures of Mickey Mouse, a 1994 multi-platform platform game published by Sony ImageSoft. Sony ImageSoft. Just like I talked about in the first game. You'll play, of course, as Mickey Mouse as he visits various locations based on his past cartoons, ranging from his debut in Steamboat Willie here, to the more recent The Prince and the Pauper. Well, more recent if you were in the 90s. So basically they're covering 1928 through 1990 across 7 cartoons. Mickey can attack enemies by either jumping on them or by using a limited supply of marbles, which I thought they looked like little records, but okay. And you'll collect those throughout the levels, of course. Mickey can take up to 5 hits, which you can see up there on his little hamburger helper glove up there in the corner. And can be replenished by collecting these stars that are throughout the level. And extra lives can be gained by finding Mickey hats, you know, those severed scalps, basically, that people put on their heads. Levels offer a variety of challenges, such as puzzles you must solve, escaping from a rampaging moose, and fleeing from a flaming staircase. Yeah, when I first got this game, I was just blown away by it. I was like, wow, look at, man, we're actually playing like an actual Mickey Mouse cartoon. I still think it's pretty awesome even today. And again, you're getting that CD stereo sound with this, so... Yeah, there's really not much to say about this otherwise. I mean, this is just your standard platformer. And then this is what I find really cool about this game too, is that it slowly advances back into color. Those little rockets that go off there, those are your continue from points, save points, and they have those kind of sprinkled throughout the levels as well. I mean, yeah, dude, look at that. Just animation on this, man. It's amazing. Like the old 40s cartoon right there. I don't know. I'm easily amused, though. Impressed by stuff. Whee! Alright, it's time for Soul Star. This is a core design game, which I like a lot of the core design games, actually. They brought us this rail shooter in 1994 where the Myrkoids, an ancient alien species with a cold and unified mind, have descended upon many star systems, stealing and draining every planet of their resources and destroying them in the process. Following the destruction of his home, you have Brick Hamlet, the last from a noble warrior race known as the Cryo Commandos, sets out in his morphing starship, the Soul Star, the aggressor, to hunt down and eradicate the Myrkoids from existence, who have arrived at the Soul Star system to repeat their same process of planetary extermination. Dun dun dun! Yeah, this one, definitely Space Harrier vibes. This is why I liked it. I'm a big Space Harrier fan. If you've watched some of my videos before in the past, God bless you, and I'm sorry. But Space Harrier is one that I like to talk about. And yeah, this one's pretty close to that. So I enjoy it for that very reason. Is this the most graphically advanced game you'll ever play in your life? Nope. But it's fun. Alright, let's get into some fighting with Samurai Shodown. This is a 1993 release from SNK. Story goes, Shiro Takasata Amakusa, slain in Japan in the 17th century by the forces of the Tokugawa Shogunate for their part in the Shambara Rebellion. Was resurrected. Oof, got a little tongue-tied. It's a lot of words I had to say before getting to resurrected. Over 100 years later, by the dark god Ambrosia. No, not the marshmallow dessert we all love. Driven by his hatred for the shogunate, he unleashes his dark powers to rain destruction upon the world. A group of warriors converge upon the source of the chaos, each driven by their own motivation. The game takes artistic license to include foreign-born characters, including from places that did not exist, such at that time, historical figures, and fictional monsters. What's different on this one? Sega CD version omits the character Earthquake and his stage. Also lacks a camera zoom, and the camera is locked in a close zoom as well. This gives better detail to the character, but the fighting area is smaller. Also, the Sega CD version retains the arcade introduction and is only missing portions of some character endings. The Sega CD version also includes the attacks that were removed or altered in the Mega Drive Genesis version. Excuse me, and the music, of course, is the same as the arcade version as well. I've been a big fan of Samurai, these Shodown games, the Last Blade, Bushido Blade, those style games, pretty much my entire life, so I never tire of these games. And I think this is a pretty exceptional job that they did here. It's probably not as bright and colorful as the SNK version for Neo Geo, but I don't know, man. I like this one, so if you're into fighters and you like things with swords, here you go. Soccer? What? Who would put soccer in the video? I wasn't even really a big fan of soccer, to be honest with you, but for some reason I had to get this game when it came out, and I got it mostly just because of how amazing it sounds. This was an Electronic Arts 1993 release of football, soccer, depending on where you live. You'll control one of 11 players while being able to switch. You can invite 3 of your friends to play on your team with 4 modes of play. You have Exhibition, Tournament, Playoff, and League. And, of course, you'll be able to choose from 48 national teams in total. And this is a clip where I actually succeed, man. I think I score a goal here soon. Oh my god, there it is. I played as Italy. My family's from Italy, and my mom's side's from Ireland. So I guess I could go with them as well. Or I could go with the good old USA, either way. But yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I liked it when I got it. I was surprised I bought it myself. I'm honestly surprised I'm showing it in this video. But oh well. That's how it goes with old Rob. Here's some Final Fight CD. In 1993, Capcom, but under license and published by Sega. This amazing port came to us, to our beloved Sega CD, and retains nearly all the features of the arcade game that were removed in the 2 Super Nintendo ports, which is basically the 2-player mode, the industrial area, and the ability to play as any of the 3 main characters. It also adds voice acting to the game, opening and ending sequences, an arranged version of the original soundtrack, and an exclusive time attack mode. So what's the story here? Well, if you don't know, this is set in the fictional city, Metro City. You can play as one of the Street Fighters, former pro wrestler and city mayor Mike Hager. You have expert brawler Cody Travers and modern day ninja. That's what I need to go by, man. Modern day ninja. His name is Guy, or Guy if you just want to mess with him. Who wouldn't want to mess with a ninja? The trio sets out to rescue Jessica, who is Hager's daughter and Cody's girlfriend, when she's kidnapped by the Mad Gear gang. Mad Gear. Yeah, this is a mixed bag for people on this one, but I don't mind it. My daughter and I are big Final Fight fans. We have the arcade one up here at home. She's played through it on her own many times. We've played together. She's a fan of beat 'em ups, and this is one that we go to from time to time. I think her favorite, though, is still going to be Streets of Rage. Here we are fighting Dog the Bounty Hunter. Looks like a Dog the Bounty Hunter and Macho Man Randy Savage had a baby. I pray no one's picturing that. Disgusting, Rob. Take that, Mad Gear Gang. Well, that went on longer than I thought it would. Yeah, right. Now it's time for the Terminator. It's my worst Arnold impression ever. It's a platform shooter published by Virgin Games in 1993, based on the 1984 film of the same name, and includes full motion video, another one of the FMV games that were constantly regurgitated during this time period. The FMV, of course, has footage from the film. You are Kyle Reese, going across 10 levels that have you travel through a Skynet facility during the first 4 levels, and it's also set in 2029. After battling Skynet's Terminator machines, Kyle finds a time machine, travels to LA, 1984, where the remainder of the game takes place. Kyle locates Sarah Connor, tells her about all the championships the Lakers will get in the future. I don't know, I'm not a Lakers fan, so... Anyways, the machine is sent from the future of Skynet. Terminator's task was killing Sarah, of course, right? We've all watched the movie, so... Trying to prevent her future son, John Connor, from leading the human resistance against Skynet. You've got various weapons in here, unlimited ammunition. You can crouch, jump, and shoot multiple directions, so that makes it easier, especially when you're shooting those Terminators on a weird angle. You just kind of point, diagonally and hit them. So, but dude, if you're gonna play this game or get this game, you're gonna get it for the soundtrack. You're gonna get it for the music in this thing. Good lord. It is a masterpiece. I don't think it's even really that bad of a platformer, but you got to rock out to play. I mean, just to play this really loud in your game space. Amazing quality. I like this one. I saved this one. I think this is the best for last. So you have to let me know. Is this one year picks maybe? A Sega video without Sonic? Blasphemy! I'm sure people are going to be like, how did he not pick Sonic CD? I don't know. I just didn't get it for the longest time. Like I said, these are some of the earlier games I got, and then some kind of middle of the road. Some were probably on clearance. I wasn't really big into Sonic, to be honest with you. It's nothing personal. I don't know. As far as platformers go, I running as fast as I can across something, it wasn't always very appealing, I guess, to me. I don't so but yeah, I'm sure I'll get some hate for that, and that's all right. But yeah, these are some weird picks, man. Some that you probably weren't expecting, and some that you probably were. But yeah, I don't know. This is like I said, this is just the ones that I thought kind of stood out for me when I first went to buy them, and not all of them hold up to the test of time. Some of them I don't really go back and replay, and some I do. So, but yeah, as always, just let me know in the comments. Like I said before, just what were some of your favorite Sega CD games? What were some of the ones you didn't like? Sewer Shark? I don't know. It's always a mixed bag with people. But yeah, man. And next video is going to be a even more fun video for me. I'm going to do terrible games. I'm going to do stinky, terrible games. Probably, a list of 10 as always of just terrible games. So throw those in the comments too, man. Be like, hey, what about this game? Because maybe I'll build off your guys' list too as well. You never know. I'm kind of just a do whatever kind of guy. But hey, as always, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you on the next vid.